Hey guys, Nolar here, back on the 5 Mobile channel, and today we're checking out probably one of the most anticipated gachas out there right now, and it's Dislyte. I'm gonna go ahead and tap through this, and you can kind of see the prologue a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna just do our first impressions with just me and another person, and in this case, I've got Gail with me. Gail, say hello.
Hello guys, it's good. I'm looking forward to this one. Kind of surprisingly just popped out of nowhere. We saw that there was a lot of pre-registrations for this, so there was some hype surrounding it. And I mean, there's not much else going on right now, to be honest, in terms of new gacha games coming out. So I'm kind of interested to see how this goes because this is something that just came out of nowhere, basically, for us.
Yeah, so what makes this really interesting, it's another turn-based game as far as I know, but it's got a very unique art style, right? It's not gacha. It's not like anime-esque.
Yeah.
It's more like urban, so that's kind of cool. Okay. But the game... Oh, what happened here? Oh, the game actually soft launched like 8 months ago on some specific countries, and that's where the hype like kind of generated.
Gotcha.
The interesting thing about it is... it's by Lilith Games, and if you guys don't know Lilith Games, I'm sure you've seen AFK Arena. So it's the same devs and publishers as AFK Arena, and that kind of concerns me a little bit because I mean I played AFK Arena for a while. It was a lot of fun. Like those idle games are fun, but the monetization got real out of hand real quick. So one kind of thing that I got to keep my eye out on. So yeah. But I will say, like, the presentation, art style, it's very comic book, or, again, not, like, Eastern at all, not the anime style. The music seems pretty pumping.
Yeah, the music seems very, very good. But yeah, speaking about the art style a little bit, I do kind of like it. It's kind of unique compared to, like, its other compatriots, right? I mean, the one thing I was going to say,
Yeah, hold on.
The chord.
Yeah.
The chord is back.
Yeah, all right, sorry, guys. Keep going.
I'll just keep talk about the art style. The art style is kind of interesting, to say the least. It's more Western for sure, like you said, more comic-y, right? And it's fine because, I mean, if you think about we recently covered, well, I say recently, I think this was like a couple of months back. I think Hydros and I and somebody else, I can't remember who was in that video, but we did the video on Arrowmancer, right? Arrowmancer was also more Western than and sort of like Eastern styled a gacha game, which is fine. I think it's kind of nice to see more unique stuff come across. I mean, especially now you see, like, you know, you look at Hoyoverse, who are just creating every game or every genre game and just putting anime waifus in there, literally, right? So I think something like this, where it's a change of pace, where maybe it's still a turn-based game. I mean, I'm curious to see what you mean by, like, it's a little bit different. But it's also good to see the style being different for sure, because some people may be more interested in this sort of style than obviously the more Eastern style.
Yeah, again, games is a piece of art, subjective. Might not like a particular art style or gameplay loop or whatever the case may be. So I'm all for people trying, or companies trying new things and seeing kind of, catering to a different audience. And this isn't typical to, like I said, most Eastern gacha games, but hey, this might be something people are interested in. So far, we've got the story. Again, I always say, who really reads the story? And of course, I get buried in the comments of like, well, I read it for Fate, and I read it for Nier, and all these. I'm like, okay, I get it. But like, 95% of the gacha games, they're there to give you kind of a story, but not really.
Very few gachas are meant for story, to be quite honest. Even I'll have to admit that. I would prefer more gachas doing more story-based, but I mean, it's so hard. It's one in like a year you get one gacha that does well with the story. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
This should be the gameplay section, I assume.
Just probably a tutorial. So begin the training. Yeah, I was right. Tutorial.
All right. Let's see then. I'm curious. I'm actually very, very curious.
Drew Anubis. Yeah, so even just the 2D art, right? It's very different than, the 2D art of any other Eastern gacha game I've seen. So that already intrigues me. Whether or not the gameplay loop keeps me, that's a whole other thing.
All right. Let's see what's this like. Okay.
Let's attack up. All right, it's a buff. Death's Judgment.
Okay, so I see the bottom, and it's seemingly like it's like one of those speed-based battles, basically, where you're depending on how fast you are, you get to go. Basically, I don't remember what they're called exactly.
Oh, it's just it's another turn-based thing, but it's similar to like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Marvel Strike Force, anything like that where
Epic 7 as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Epic 7,
mean,
those kind of games where
that's the one that I remember.
So I got Anubis, Drew Anubis. But like
he looked like he was
presentation's
a
pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have 2 3-stars.
Yep. Okay.
So I buffed the whole team. Okay, so select a target. Try this.
It's nice. It's nice in terms of like, it's very basic, but it works. Like, yeah. No, it works. Yeah, exactly. The UI is interactive and everything. Because the one thing is like, when it comes to a gacha's UI, it needs to be either simple and effective, and if it's cluttered, it needs to still be usable. The problem is with a lot of modern day gachas, and this is something I've complained about a lot, is that there's just too much going on screen, and it's so hard to figure out what is what kind of. And something like this seems a lot more simple, but it just works, right? It works very well.
Yeah. Okay, so you got your skills. Well, I think I would just...
I see on the top there's also, you can still see the world chat as well on the top.
Yep.
I can still see it, which I think you can shut down if you click one of those top rights as well. 2 times speed is always good as well. I see that's there as well.
Yeah, and it looks like that is... Okay, well that's the AoE.
That's the AoE. When it comes to these turn-based RPGs, any unit with AoE early game is just like, yes, that's the one you want, basically. You don't want anybody else. You don't need anybody else.
Where we can expend records to acquire echoes or esquires. Is that what it said?
Espers. I think it was Espers.
Okay. Oh, legendary, guaranteed designated legendary Esper in 10 spins. Okay, so this is like a DJ. So it's really based on the urban music scene, which is cool. It's a different framework and context to get your summoning itch.
I like the animation. I do like it.
She's supposed to be really good. Mona, I was told.
Okay, I mean, I assume that's guaranteed for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, I was like, there's no way we got that just so suddenly.
Okay, so this is another, so this is equipment. We want a 4 set to get the attack boost. We want to upgrade the equipment with some, so your typical RPG or gacha RPG there. A whole set can make a difference, so we want to farm. So that's what we're farming. Fair enough.
Chapter reward is Helena. Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
What is the reward here? Chapter reward. So I get Helena for killing everything. Cool. All right. So far, I'm pretty cool with just the style. And the one thing is, like, I'm personally a fan of more portrait style games. Because like I want to be able to play this whenever I can. Let's see. This is AoE.
Yeah.
AoE's even better.
Yes, sir.
And so does he. All right, I found my farming team. All right, I got the farming team going.
I mean, yeah, you've got a buffer in the middle who's going to increase your attack, and then you've got both sides doing AoE. Yep, that would probably be enough, to be quite honest.
But okay, so I'm more curious. Like, I don't want to keep playing. I mean, we've seen the loop.
Yeah. There's mail and gifts on the top right if you need to pick up stuff.
Yeah. Mail? Where's our pre-registration rewards?
I think it's in the gift box. Oh,
all right, so we have a pass, which is typical for a lot of games. Claim all.
Yeah.
Trainee milestones.
Okay.
So as we level up and rank up, we get some milestones. Path to mastery. Pass 5 successive unit mentor exams to claim the Epic Esper. So Epic's 4-star, Legendary's 5-star. It seems like.
Yeah.
Let's look at the notice. Anything else we get? Finally kicked off his global launch. Now, the only downside, this is where I'm kind of hesitant. We can't do anything else till we clear stuff, it seems like. Where's the Echo's the gacha, right? Yep. There's that. I'm not sure what this is, but...
No idea as well.
Let's look at the pricing here. All right, so you get your free daily stuff with stamina.
That's fine.
10. Okay, so that's a 10-day like sub for $10, $1 a day. Daily supplies, gold basic, elite. How much is that? So 40 gold records. Interesting. Okay, those are packs. Your typical two double gain, right? 2 times per.
Yep.
Get that.
There's the
What
supply
makes it-
cards as well on the top as well. If you look, go back to reach out. Yeah, they don't show it to you clearly in that. But yeah, it's another subscription pass, I think, for 30
monthly
days.
card.
It says, monthly card
resources. So what's interesting is these are like straight up like tickets. And that's how they call it gold records, but it's like tickets. So when you go back to here, like you're spinning with this.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Genshin has the Primo Gems to Fate thing, right? So it's the same thing here with the gems, and then you convert the gems into those gold tickets, basically. It mentioned something. If you could go back, go to the notice. It mentioned something about the pre-registration rewards. So we can probably see. So
log in on Global Day to claim. Log in for 5 days to get a gold record 10 times. So you got to play for 5 days to get your free multi, guys. That's a little unfortunate.
I mean, can you check the rates? We didn't get a chance. We didn't even see the rates.
Right.
So let's have a look, see and what's up with that. Because I mean, that's what we're here for at the end of the day. Oh my god!
So 5 stars is a 1 star, 4 stars is 9, and the 3 star is 90.
There's elemental classes, and one of the elemental classes is a lower chance rate than the other 3.
That seems to be like it's like the so you have your typical elemental wheel, right? Inferno, flow, wind, so fire, water, grass. But Shimmer seems to be like the effective against all types kind of one. That's what it looks like. 1% for a 5 star. That's some
F-growth rates. That's literally F-growth rates, to be fair.
That's not.
The thing is, we didn't even see if there was they didn't expand upon the roster as well, so we don't even know what's the like sub chances. I mean, I don't know if there was an option to see that, but I mean, at least in FGO, it's like, oh, the featured rate is still 0.8%, so it's still a better featured rate at least, right? Here it could be like, oh, if you want a featured rate, it could be like 0.2%, and then the rest, all the units add up to like 0.8% as well, which would be like really bad. At that point, that is really bad, but yeah. Even 1% just generally to get a 5 star is kind of yikes nonetheless, though.
Yeah, let me take a look here. Okay. This is just the beginner gacha, so I don't think there's anything like straight up.
Yeah.
There's no. A legendary Esper is guaranteed every 120 summons. That's 12 multis.
12 multis. That's similar to Epic 7s, right?
An Epic Esper, so 4 stars, guaranteed every 20 summons. So every 2 multis, you're getting a 4 star at least. If you receive a legendary Esper from the record player, then it will reset any applicable bonus probabilities when you see. Oh, okay. So like, even if I get it on multi 1, it resets. If I get it on multi 19, it resets. So
yeah, that's
interesting.
Genshin basically, effectively. Okay.
All right. Well, I want to keep going on the story just a little bit because I think there's like stuff we can unlock once we get past.
Yep. Let's keep going. I mean, if we want, we can skip the story as well, just to get that point. I think if people want to read the story, they can play the game themselves effectively.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Come on.
Again, I mean, the thing is for us, I mean, unless it's a game dedicated to story, like how Genshin is or FGO is, like, you know, we might cover the story, the last part of the story for FGO when it comes out, because that's going to be so massive. But the thing is, most gachas we can just more or less skip the story because not all of them are really that great, to be quite honest, unfortunately.
Yeah. There's a very few handful that we could say like the story is fantastic, that you should, you know, take the time and go through it. Everybody else is just like the story's there just to be there. I hate to say it, but
it's there to carry the plot and make sure we get new characters every so often, literally. That's
okay. So we got another. I'm just kind of curious what dupes do. Actually, let's go back and to the Esper screen. I guess that's that case.
They're in range.
So relics are your equipment. Growth.
Resonance? No.
Okay, energy to increase your 3 things. Okay. Advancement, so that's an upgrade. Experiment. Okay.
Who's our target?
And we can't
Okay,
even
you
do that
need
till
50.
later.
Yeah.
There's skins. So each
Ooh.
Esper supposedly has a different skin.
Interesting.
I don't think these guys in particular have any, but the fact that it's there is good.
Yeah.
Lock, like, share, and then growth. Yeah, I mean, of course we haven't gone very deep. We're just playing this for the first time. Join the official communities. Okay. We can add friends, so there's no friends. All right, I don't have any friends. Gail, I just have no friends.
That's rough, bro. That's how it is, though. That's how it is.
All right. So okay, it keeps wanting me to push through the story. So let me just finish the story off. But yeah, just give me your initial impressions here, Gail. Is this something up your alley, or or is this something you're gonna skip?
I think I'm gonna probably skip this just because of what other games are gonna be coming out in the near future, right? Because it's just gonna it looks like a good game. It'll be very good for those the people who are interested in this style, but the art style isn't necessarily to my taste personally. Like I personally prefer the more Japanese anime waifu art style for sure. I think it's just become ingrained in my brain that that's the better gachas generally, unfortunately. But at its core, it seems like it's a very good offhand game for those interested. I mean, we haven't experienced more of the game. I don't know if there's any PvP or anything of that sort necessarily, unless you have any idea on that front, Nolar.
I don't know.
Yeah, if it is more of a casual game, then that's great. I think for a lot of people who are interested in having like a game that they can just play offhand, this would be kind of interesting because it's there. The only thing I would say that this game is missing for it to be fully casual is I'm surprised that there is no auto button. And considering how easy the game seems to be, they could just have an auto button right there, you know?
Yeah, it looks like once I finish chapter 2-1, the auto button will be there.
Okay, I stand corrected there then. Then this is a great game for those interested just to play casually. But it's just personally, I'm probably gonna skip this, just in favor for other gachas coming out in the near future.
Fair enough. I will probably stick to it for a little bit, see how this goes. The honeymoon phase is pretty active right now for me, so I will check this out.
Yeah, I mean, it is also not a very impressive look when we're being time gated for our pre-registration rewards as well. I'm not gonna front. That's
yeah.
That is also a little bit iffy. I'm not gonna lie. That's already like a small black mark as well. That's just concerning me slightly as to why they're time gating it. I mean, I know why, because they want you to keep playing the game until you get the pre-registration rewards, right? But at the same time, it's just like, well, you're deterring players from even trying to play the game. You know, people who want to probably re-roll and stuff. That's also probably another reason why they're also not doing it, so that they stop people from re-rolling, right? But I mean, I just feel like that's just gachas in general. It's part of the culture to re-roll. So I feel like trying to stop people from re-rolling is a bad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just part of how the games are. Like, that's how I see it too. And if you're trying to prevent people from doing it, that's a little iffy, at least. Okay, so we got this stuff. Oh, that's just to level them up, like straight up level.
That's
Again,
nice.
I'm interested because the art style is different. I'm not saying it's not my thing. It's just a different look for me. So I'm clearly interested to see how this goes. All right, so there's lots of like missions and stuff, so it seems pretty fleshed out. The UI, I mean, based on what I've been playing, it looks good and it's very fluid. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Could you click on trials? It seems like you've just unlocked it. I'm curious to see what that is.
Probably for materials.
Yeah, probably. Would make sense if it is.
Dude, I like the music. Like, it's definitely different.
Yeah, the music is good. Yeah, though the OST is good. I've been saying this for a bit. Like, the music in these gacha games have been improving drastically for the last 2-3 years, in all honesty. It's really good.
Okay. Is this the AoE? Yep. Okay, so what does she do? Okay. That's a heal. So let's just use this. And AoE kill?
I must admit, I
That's
didn't. I just noticed you've got five. How many characters can you have at once? I assume five has to be
it's
the
5. I
max.
think it's 5 is the max. Yeah.
Because you've been just slowly adding more and more, and I'm just like, when is it gonna stop?
Yeah, it's ooh. I don't
That
need to
was good
heal, so
damage.
we'll do that. And let's see. All right.
Right, final one.
Interesting presentation.
I mean, I will say that that's one thing. When you talk about presentation, I do like the like when you were summoning earlier on, like the animation you got for the epic Esper Mona. Or wait, it was Mona, right? I think that was the name.
Yep, it was Mona. Yep.
Yeah. And it's just like stuff like this. That's kind of nice. It's a bit extra for a lot of people. It might be a little bit extra, but it's like you got to make the game look pretty in one way or another. And I think if you're trying to do your best in be it like this, I think that's fine. I'm very, very happy with the way they presented the game in terms of like making sure there's animations and there's quality like this.
I mean, I'd rather have, you know, to me, it just seems like they care, and that's a good thing, you know?
Exactly. I actually agree with you on that one for sure.
Joke of the Aether. And we beat him. All right, cool. It seems like raids and stuff like that would be pretty fun. Now, I like portrait games more than landscape games. This might feel better in a landscape mode. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I like the fact that it's portrait, but I can see where people would be like, it might be better. It might be better to do it in landscape mode. But either way. All right, so basically, there's a lot to do. Got to go through the story, go through all this stuff. But so far, between me and Gale, I'm going to probably keep playing this, checking it out a little more. There's a lot of upcoming gotchas coming up, so definitely check to the channel to check it out. So you've heard from Gale. He thinks it's a good one if you're interested in this. I think this looks interesting, but again, this is just my first like literally 20 minutes with the game. Give me like 3 days, give me a week, 2 weeks. I'll let you guys know how, you know, after the honeymoon feels like. So anything else you want to say, Gale, before we close this out?
No, I mean it's good. It's good to see some more developers trying something a little different. It's still got a majority of it is very similar to the core gacha ideology, but it's different in its art style. The presentation's nice. You know, if you like it, I think it's worth a try. You know, give it a shot. See how you like it. Give it a week or two, and then if you don't like it after that, or you feel the honeymoon phase is over, I mean, there's no stopping you from stopping the game. It's not been too long after that. You're not into the hole at that point, so yeah. It's good. It definitely is good, at the very minimum.
All right, guys. Well, look, if you want to have an update on how this goes in a few days, in a week or so, let us know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on Dislyte? Are you a little wary because it's Lilith Games, AFK Arena, all that kind of stuff? Does that make you a little apprehensive? Or you're going to dive right in because you like the soundtrack, you like the art style, all this stuff? Let us know in the comments down below. You know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here and want to hear more stuff on mobile gaming, gacha gaming news, all that kind of stuff. And with that, on behalf of myself and Gale, thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. We're out.